What if I told you that the luxury handbag on your wish list isn't a symbol of success, but a carefully designed trap? That the feeling of power it promises is actually a lifetime subscription to feeling like you're not enough. These brands aren't selling you a dream. They're selling you a cage, gilded with logos and status anxiety. I know because I used to be on the inside. As a brand strategist, my job was to help design the psychological traps that keep millions in a cycle of endless wanting. We drew the blueprint for desire, and today I'm pulling back the curtain to show you exactly how it works, why it's so effective, and how it's limiting your true potential. The beautiful lie. Empowerment for sale. First, let's talk about the story they want you to believe. Lately, luxury brands have positioned themselves as champions of female empowerment. We've all seen it. Gucci's Chime for Change funds projects for women's justice. Dior and Chanel have mentorship programs for the next generation of female leaders. And who could forget the runway slogans? Dior's famous "We should all be feminists" t-shirt turned a powerful message into a high-fashion commodity. On the surface, it's inspiring. It looks like these brands are finally using their influence for good. It seems like they're acknowledging that women are powerful economic drivers, not just consumers. But here's the first secret. In our marketing meetings, we called this aspirational alignment. The strategy is simple. Find a powerful social movement, like feminism, and wrap your product in its language. It's a tactic known as femwashing, using feminist-coded messages to generate profit, without actually committing to the values. Think about that Dior shirt, which retailed for nearly $1,000. How much of that do you think went to feminist causes versus the brand's bottom line? It turns a movement into a trend, and empowerment into an accessory. This is the first, most seductive layer of the trap. They sell you a story of empowerment, making you believe buying their product is a step towards becoming your best self. But it's an illusion, designed to get you to lower your guard and open your wallet. The architecture of insecurity. Once you buy into the beautiful lie, they can start building the prison. The entire luxury ecosystem is engineered not to make you feel good, but to make you feel just inadequate enough to need the next purchase. This is done through a few key psychological tactics. First is the status paradox. Luxury brands have perfected the art of the social ladder. You buy a product to feel like you've finally arrived, that you belong to an exclusive club. But the moment you do, the brand moves the goalpost. They release a new, more exclusive, limited edition item. Suddenly, your achievement feels a little less special. The very thing you bought to feel secure becomes a reminder that you're still not at the top. It's a dopamine-fueled cycle of temporary satisfaction followed by renewed craving, and neuroscience shows this experience can become addictive. Second, and maybe the most famous, is engineered scarcity. Brands like Hermes have turned this into an art form. You can't just walk in and buy a Birkin bag, no matter how much money you have. You have to play the game. You're expected to build a purchase history, spending thousands on scarves, shoes, and homeware, just to be considered for the privilege of buying their signature bag. Let's be clear. This has little to do with production limits. It is a calculated strategy to make the product seem more valuable because it's hard to get. It transforms shopping from a transaction into a quest for validation. You have to prove your loyalty to the brand. This creates a powerful emotional investment. You're not just buying a bag, you're earning a trophy. The third tactic is identity marketing. High-end brands don't sell products, they sell you an identity. The Rolex owner is a symbol of achievement. The Chanel woman is the epitome of elegance. Their ads tie the product so closely to an aspirational version of yourself that your brain starts to believe you can't possess those qualities without owning the item. In my old job, our creative briefs were direct. Make the product inseparable from the consumer's sense of self. We wanted you to look in the mirror and see not just yourself, but what was missing. This is the cruel genius of their marketing. They create a void inside you, then sell you the exact thing they convinced you would fill it. Before I reveal the final, most insidious tactic, the one that directly impacts your financial future, I have a quick question. If any of this is resonating, and you want to keep exposing the psychological tricks used in these industries, take a second to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And let me know in the comments. Have you ever felt that pressure from a brand to buy something just to feel like you belong? I read all of them. The financial trap. This brings us to the most damaging part of the trap, the financial drain. While luxury brands project an image of serving the ultra-rich, their real growth engine is the aspiring middle class. Data shows this aspirational segment is a massive and crucial target for luxury sales. They know the super rich will buy anyway. The real money is in convincing everyone else to spend money they probably shouldn't. This is where the accessible luxury funnel comes in. Most people can't afford a $10,000 handbag, but they might be able to afford a $500 wallet, a $200 fragrance, or a $150 card holder. These aren't just products. They are entry points. They are the brand's gateway drug. They give you a taste of that exclusive world, a small hit of dopamine and belonging. But it's all designed to start you on a ladder, making you crave the next, more expensive item. This has a devastating opportunity cost. That $500 you spent on a wallet isn't just $500. It's $500 that was uninvested, put towards a down payment, or used to learn a skill that could increase your earning potential for life. These purchases are designed to keep you on a financial treadmill, perpetually trading real wealth building for the fleeting feeling of status. And if you ever doubt how artificial this all is, just look at what happened with Burberry. In 2018, the brand was forced to admit it had destroyed tens of millions of dollars worth of unsold goods. They would rather incinerate perfectly good products than discount them and risk damaging the illusion of exclusivity. After a massive public backlash, they pledged to stop. As an insider, I can tell you we knew most of our aspirational audience couldn't afford the runway pieces. The small leather goods and fragrances were our hooks. We just needed to get them in the door and addicted to the brand, knowing many would find a way to climb the ladder, even if it meant taking on debt. Breaking free. So how do you escape this trap? Look, this isn't about boycotting every brand or shaming anyone who enjoys a nice thing. The power isn't in rejection, it's in awareness. The moment you understand the game, you can choose not to play by their rules. You can consciously decouple your self-worth from their logos. The trap only works if you're an unconscious participant. It relies on you believing that your value is something you can buy. When you see their marketing for what it is, a calculated psychological strategy, it loses its power. So the next time you feel that pull for a luxury item, ask yourself a few questions. What feeling am I really chasing? Is it confidence, a sense of accomplishment, belonging? And is this purchase the best way to get that feeling? What would happen if I took the money I was about to spend and invested it in myself instead? In a course, a business, or an experience? When you start to answer those questions honestly, the illusion crumbles. These brands sold you a dream of empowerment, all while fostering insecurity and dependence. But they have the definition of luxury all wrong. True luxury isn't a logo you can wear. It isn't something you can buy in a store. True luxury is owning your time. It's financial independence. It's the quiet, unshakable confidence that doesn't need a label to announce its arrival. The real power was never in their products. It was inside you all along. Don't let them sell it back to you at 1,000% markup. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Thanks for watching.